Before we start the film, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new content. The story begins with Michael, who comes from a very conservative family. His father is on the run from the police, and his mother drinks alcohol excessively. When he visits his mother, he finds her unconscious after consuming a large amount of alcohol. He calls an ambulance, suspecting that she may have taken her own life. Later, he finds a letter from her friend confessing her love for her, making Michael realize that his mother may have committed suicide due to this unhealthy relationship. We then go back to learn more about the family. The mother's name is Lucy, the father is Joseph, and his sister is Christina. We discover that Christina works in a nightclub, managed by a man named Jimmy. When Michael goes to his friend's house, a woman named Sarah opens the door. She is Billy's mother and is very beautiful but difficult to deal with. Billy shows up and wants to discuss something with Michael, but his mother asks him to go buy household supplies, so Michael waits downstairs. Sarah talks to Michael, gives him some life advice, and tells him she'll teach him what she can. Michael agrees to her suggestion. Later, we see Michael and Billy at school, talking about the girl Billy likes. They decide that Billy will do whatever it takes to make her fall for him. Her name is Nina. Their annoying classmate Carlos overhears and bets Michael $1,000 that he can't make Nina like him. When Michael leaves, he encounters Nina's boyfriend, Kevin, who rudely confronts everyone. Then, Michael sees Nina shouting at Kevin and walking away, realizing they have broken up. In class, the teacher suddenly suffers a medical emergency and dies, prompting the principal to close the school in mourning. Michael seizes the opportunity to talk to Nina and invites her to attend the teacher's funeral with him. However, Kevin appears and threatens Michael for talking to her. Nina tells Michael that she and Kevin have broken up and agrees to go to the funeral with him. In the car, Michael accidentally plays a song, and Nina mentions that she loves the singer. Michael lies and says the singer is his friend. She asks if he will attend the singer's concert the next day, and he assures her that he will be backstage with the singer and invites her to come along. She says her parents won't allow it but then reveals that they will be out of town, so they decide to go together. Later, Michael rushes to Jimmy and asks for 2 concert tickets. Jimmy agrees on the condition that Michael retrieve some items from another man. The next day, Michael goes to Sarah and Billy's house to borrow her car, as his mother refused to lend him hers after he crashed it last time. Sarah agrees but only if Billy accompanies him. Michael takes Billy and Nina in the car to pick up the tickets from Jimmy. However, Jimmy tricks him, claiming he only said that to get Michael to do the job and that there are no tickets. Michael feels confused and frustrated, and Nina urges them to hurry as the concert is about to start. Billy then notices Michael's father's car and hears his voice with a woman. Billy knocks on the door, pretending to be a cop, and then runs away. When Michael's father comes out, Billy takes a picture of him and tells Michael what happened. Michael tells Nina that he can't go to the concert and confesses the truth, leaving her disappointed as she says she would be heartbroken if she were in his place. The next morning, his mother Lucy comes in and says to him, "I know where you were last night, and I know where your father was and with whom. So, I'm going to see a lawyer and head to my family to get a divorce." When Michael goes to school, Carlos reminds him that there is only 1 week left for the bet. Later, the principal enters with the new teacher and introduces her to the class. However, while teaching, she suddenly falls ill and also dies. After that, Michael is arrested at the police station because the car he was driving was a luxury car, and he was driving without a license at the age of 17, raising suspicions of theft. A lawyer is brought in to get him released, and he must say that the car isn't his but his father's. When the officer asks what kind of job his father has to afford such a car, Michael says he works far away. After being released, the lawyer, who is under the influence of drugs, offers to spend the night with him. However, Michael thinks of Nina and feels guilty, so he refuses and gets her out of the car. When he returns home, he finds his sister Christina has invited her friends over. He then gets the idea to turn the house into a nightclub for one night to collect the $1,000 he owes Carlos if he fails to win Nina's love. When he proposes the idea to his sister and her friends, they agree to help. Billy arrives with a girl who works at the club, and Michael talks to her. He then goes to the kitchen to prepare some things, and Sarah follows him, trying to get close to him. He escapes from her. When Billy enters, he asks Michael to take his mother and leave. The party begins, and he and his friends start collecting money. Suddenly, Nina arrives and asks about his sister's friends. She confides in him that her parents abandoned her after her younger sister died, and they were about to confess their love for each other. Sarah interrupts, causing a scene, insulting Nina, and kicking her out of the party. Michael follows Nina to explain the situation, but one of Carlos's men shows up and reminds him that he has to pay the $1,000 tomorrow. Nina realizes that they were betting on her and tries to hit him, but the police arrive and arrest everyone, including Nina, who had nothing to do with the incident, because they turned the house into an unlicensed nightclub. Christina is released, and Michael goes to check on Nina. He confesses his love for her, but she rejects him and asks him to leave. When he gets home, his father calls and tells him he lost his job because Michael mentioned his name in the car incident, but Michael hangs up and doesn't care. It is then revealed that everything that happened was a flashback, and we return to the present, where Michael is filled with regret. Sarah shows up and asks about his mother. He tells her that his mother tried to commit suicide after reading the letter Sarah sent, and she is still in the hospital. Sarah doesn't seem to care and invites him to dinner, but he refuses and goes to visit his mother. At the hospital, the nurse tells him that his mother has died. Michael wants to confess everything to her, but she suddenly appears from behind the curtain, reassuring him and advising him to make things right with Nina. Michael goes to the lawyer to get Nina released, but he doesn't have enough money, so he pays $40 as a down payment. The lawyer agrees to let him work at her office for 10 years to cover the remaining amount. When he returns to the hospital, he hands his mother the divorce papers to sign and tells his sister that she was accepted into the college she always dreamed of. As he leaves the hospital, he feels like he has helped his family and changed for the better. However, he gets into an accident with a truck carrying chickens, causing it to flip over. Nina arrives to check on him and tells him she overheard him talking to his family. They confess their love for each other, and the film ends. If you enjoyed the movie, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new content.